Welcome, lads and lasses, to Dan Ventures Out. Today we continue our trip south through the Northern Territory of Australia. We go through Tennant's Creek, check out the Karlu Karlu rock formations, make our way to Allice Springs, and see amazing sunsets, landscapes, and history in this town. Join me for this amazing experience, and if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to see more from me. Now let's get to it. Red sands. The redness in the sand is from the high amount of iron that is in the sand around Australia, and that slowly rusts, forming iron oxide, and it turns the sand red. There's a fact for you. Just arriving in Tennant here. We made it to Tennant Creek after I think it was almost 8 hours driving, to be honest. And the sun is just setting. Sun setting behind a cloud over there. Long day, but we're here. We've got the key. Let's go in the door. There we go. Yeah. Somewhere. Ah, there we go. You know what? That's not too shabby.
I don't exist one.
I get first choice, I'm pretty sure. We are here. We made it to Tennant's Creek pretty easy. Had ourselves a quick feed of Chinese from down the road. Pretty good. Go to bed a little early and get up a little late, which will be nice. I'll catch us in the morning when we travel to our next destination. Well, good morning. About to leave the Safari Launch Motel. Thought I'd just quickly point out that the fences around here have barbed wire on top to keep out unwanted people. It felt very safe here though, and it was quite nice inside. Good facilities, had nice linen and stuff, which unusual for a motel. It was very nice. We're going to be heading out soon, stopping a few times along the way, but I believe we've got a 500k drive today. A fair ways longer than 5 hours to complete, and we're going to stop a couple times on the way, see what's up. So yes, we're going to be heading out soon and get on our way. Our first stop of the day, and our biggest stop as well. Karlu Karlu, or the Devil's Marbles. We are up here for the moment, but we're going to drive down and do a loop around number 1 at least, and possibly go to this lookout number 3. It's windy too. Balancing really nicely on top of a rock, on top of another rock I suppose, technically. It's really nice. A little windy today, but really nice. So these tufts of grass around here are really spiky, almost like the tips of cactus. They're that crunchy. You can hear how dry and crunchy they really are. Snuck up on top of one of them. It's pretty easy to get up. They're pretty big. We're on top of a little bluff here, a couple meters up. Cool. Now I need to get down. Nice. going through the jungle here. It's one of these, I reckon. I can sneak through that. Yeah. Just goes around to where we were. Oh. Whoops. Well, we're going onto a track that should take us to a lookout on top of one of the sets of marbles, we think. Let's see what we can see from up there. That'll be cool. Here we go. We're coming to the lookout now. Nanjiki lookout. Should take us to the top. Must be up this way. We've got arrows. Up here. What about up here? Not even at the top yet. Still a nice view though. I think we're getting close. That is pretty nice. So it looks like we're about in the middle of the set of Devil's Marbles out here. Well, I've just had another quick read of the lookout sign here, and there's a no photography zone in front of me here, so we're gonna have to redo the blurb I just did and photograph behind me instead. Yeah, there you go. Alright, I believe I'm okay to record this direction. So out here in the deserts of Australia, there's hundreds, maybe even thousands of these marbles in this area. They were all created from molten rock millions and millions of years ago that cooled beneath a layer of sandstone, which eventually rose to the surface, and now the sandstone's been wearing away, leaving the granite behind, which is what the marbles are made from. There you go. Very well balanced. One up there is very well balanced. There's a cool one here, holding it up with one hand. For reference, that rock is like 5 meters tall. It's a huge rock up there, huge. It just balances really nicely here. Really quite pretty. How'd you like that, Mother?
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Huh?
Some
pretty
of those
cool.
rocks are just gorgeous, and
Yeah.
some perfectly rounded, and yeah, it's lovely to see.
Lovely indeed. Devil's Marble is about an hour south of Tennant Creek. Worth a quick visit if you got the time. Well, this one's interesting. Starts off here as to how they were formed and how they progressed into the marbles they are now. Cool. I think we're done with the marbles here, so we're gonna hop back in the car and keep going to Alice. in the centre of Australia, very different to where we're from, and these roads can go for kilometres. We recorded one earlier, or timed one rather, and it went for almost 20 minutes without a turn, which you can imagine going 130 is really far. It's absolutely crazy. Well, that was a camel. Uncle's got him chewing out of his hand. Well played. What the heck is that? There's a camel. We're actually here to get in front of a statue a bit further up at Allice, I think.
Can you take a photo, please?
Well, we've got our man on the hill over here. Aboriginal statue. It's pretty big in real life, but I don't think we can get up there to get up to him, so we're gonna have to do it from here. It's also got the sign of the town here as well. Aileron, something like that. Statue's probably about, could be almost 10 meters tall, to be honest. There's a lot of flies out here too. Yay! Here's a small version of the Aboriginal statue up high. This is at like the service station here. Just come through the roadhouse and knocks at the door. There's the peacocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting to find that out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was $14 or something, wasn't
Well, we've just stopped quickly at the Tropic of Capricorn marker. We've got a little world behind us here, and then down here we've got the latitude and longitude for the Tropic of Capricorn here in the Northern Territory, just outside of Alice Springs, about 30 k's out, I believe it is. Now, back to the car. We just stopped again because we have found the highest point between the cities of Adelaide and Darwin along the main road. We've got the information there, and it is 727.2 meters above sea level. We just made a quick stop off on the side of the road where we can see the train line. That travels all the way from Darwin to, at the very least, Alice. I think it goes further as well. Just cool to see. Well, we made it. Allice Springs. Ahoy hoy. It's a pretty decent drive, but we have made it, and we're going to be staying here for 2 nights and checking out a few places along the way. Welcome to Allice Springs, and then just behind it we've got a really hilly landscape, the most hills we've seen. More than we've seen in the last 2,000 k's probably. Now we've got to hustle into town because we've been told not to be out after dark. So we're gonna run by a grocery store quickly and then check in and be safe before sunset. To our park, our little cabin. Got bunks, got bathroom, and a queen. Nice. Oof, well, we're done with dinner. We had some pretty tasty scratch and scrab noodles today, which was good. It's getting pretty late, so we're gonna head off to bed soon and have a nice sleep in tomorrow too, because again, we're on holidays, why not? I'll catch you tomorrow. Well, good morning, lovely people. We're up and we're about to head out here. Got my lovely Naruto shirt on. We're just pretty much checking out the town of Allice Springs, which is right in the centre of Australia, which I'll show you in a map. Take you along for the ride. Come to a Desert Weavers Museum. Thank you.
Take someone to make something like one of these fellas.
Probably depends on how senior of an artist they are. But when we do workshops, it usually is about a day.
Okay.
Because there are different sort of steps involved. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So all of these little animals and baskets are hand woven by some of the indigenous community up here. So the form is made of grass. You can see from this kangaroo the grass in there. Then it's wrapped with wool, and then all extremities and stuff are added. Eyes, tongues, that kind of thing. And there's a bit of language here. I'm not going to try saying any of it though. Maurice. That was a quick little stop. Had 2 little rooms full of little woven art creatures and baskets and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Traditional music, I think. Art gallery here we're going to check out, potentially.
Yeah,
We decided against going into the gallery. It looked very small for the $8 entry fee, so we're going to go somewhere else instead. Well, this was pretty cool. I know it's not actually LOTR, but that very much reminds me of a lot of the rings. There's cool stained glass there. Very pretty. It's basically Aboriginal art in a stained painting. That's nice. But yes, we're going to skip the art gallery and the museum because they're both paid independently, $8 each for each person. We thought that really worth it. It's very, very small. So yeah, we're gonna probably head on to the next thing here. Well, we've come to the Aviation Museum here because it is free. Ha ha ha. We're just looking at a Kookaburra memorial. Kookaburra is this. A very, very old plane. Looks like the Kookaburra was trying to get from Sydney, I presume that's Adelaide, and then to Darwin. Sydney, Adelaide, Alice Springs to Darwin, but they didn't make it. Oh, it's bright. Hot air balloons basket here with this old car. There's the stairs. Stairs on the back. Don't really know what this is. A little plane over here. I imagine that plane is for 2 people at most. It is tiny. But this plane here has got a lot of seats. Con Air. Looks like it has about 10 rows of 2 seats. Got a cool plane here. Got the propeller here. a single front propeller. Looks like it has just the 2 seats. Old and rustic. Got an old Rolls Royce in here. That is pretty. I wonder if it had the year somewhere. Can't see it anywhere. I found the date for the cars and all the stats as well. Engine number, series, capacity, the price, $15.75, and the 2 years to from when you order it to get it delivered. Got the original toolkit there as well. That's pretty fancy. This aeroplane here was used for the Flying Doctor Service, which was first designed to provide health and care for the regional parts of Australia. Oh, this is an old plane. 1946. 1960 is when this plane was in operation, I think, is what it means. Let me whack on a light. Oh, there I am. Look, I'm so beautiful. But we can see into the cockpit here. Not too bad. It feels old. The plane is split into double seats on this side and singles on that side. We have little curtains for windows. Got a bunch of old radios along here. I believe these are from like the radio towers, especially like this one here. That's gotta be a radio tower thing. Communications console. Nice. Pretty cool, but this is the last part of the museum here. It's getting bright. That was pretty cool. Had a few bits of interesting history and old planes and stuff like that to look at, so not too bad. Oh, this little cultural center place here is pretty cool. It has like 9 or 10 different places you can go visit, and museums and art centers to see and that kind of thing. Some of them are paid, which we did skip, but the rest were free. You could just waltz on in, have a little peek, and not too bad. Not too bad. Got a ranger station here. We are our next stop, Simpsons Gap. Look how tall it is. Blast, it's tall. Here we have all the gorges and gaps. So that's Simpsons Gap, and then you've got a bunch of different ones along here as well. Gotta get a hat on and then I will jet with them. Well, it's a 20-minute walk to Simpsons Gap, so we're gonna get going and see what we can see. Pretty tall. There's actually a bit of water in the creek down there. Simpsons Gap there. Got the water in it too. Nice. Got the rocks on the sides. Here we are at Simpsons Gap. Look at that. Got a little bit of a billabongy kind of thing behind us. Got the gap right there. There's still further to walk, so we'll do that in a moment. Taking in the side of the water here because it's rather unique. Quite often this patch here is all dry and you don't get to see any of it. Almost there. They're curving over us here, basically. Like we're out of the light now. The sun's up there. You can see how little space is actually in this gap. It's actually really tight, and the walls are like this as you go up the cliff face, where all the rocks have been falling down over the many years, I suppose. There's a little bit of water still. Oh, the gap's right up ahead there. There's an ever so small trickle of water here. That's the movement of water in here. It's so stagnant. This is pretty much as far as we can go because there's water here. See, the cliff face is literally right above me. If that were to fall, I would be knocked out. Really cool. Look at the gap. It crosses over on this side, and you've got the big, huge cliffs above me. At the smallest point here, it probably isn't too much more than about 10 meters wide. Where this little stream or creek goes through. Very nice. So we'll start heading back to the car. And wow, that was really nice. Really pretty place to go see Simpsons Gap. It's only like 20 k's or 20 minutes out of Allice Springs where we're staying. 100% worth it to come here. Very peaceful and very serene. Down by the water's edge there and through the gap. Lovely. Trying to get ourselves a souvenir here in Alice.
Hello, how are you?
Howdy. And one of these. Oh, I'm into magnets, so if I can get an Alice Springs magnet, we'll be cheering. That last place was not what I was after. They put us onto another one, they reckon. Should have some souvenir magnets, hopefully. Found an information centre here in Alice that had a really cool wooden eagle magnet. I'm very keen for that. That one will be looking really good on my fridge. So yeah, if you want one, go to the information centre at Alice. It was only like $8 or something. For something so unique, I'm okay with it. Anyway, off to the car and to get some food, I believe. Oh, we're back home. Let's have some Macca's for dinner. Thank you, Uncle.
And who was it, me,
Yes. Well, we've come here to Anzac Hill in Alice Springs to watch the sunset. It's a highly recommended activity here, so we're going to see what it's all about. The sun's over there for the moment. We've still got a fair ways until it sets. That is a nice view. Got the ranges here behind us. Actually, almost all the way around us. I'm going to try my luck at a time lapse, I think, here. We'll see how we go. We're getting close to the sundown now. Now it's starting to look pretty. Nice. Well, the sun's just touched the mountains over there. There we go. The sun has set. Yeah, looks pretty good.
Very beautiful.
We've got dusk coming over the other side now. Look on the other side of the mountains.
Oh man, that's beautiful. We haven't even looked at that side.
So we have the sun setting on this side. And over the other side we have dusk. Really beautiful. Got the sunset on one side. Dusk slowly creeping over on the other. How nice. I'm going to try my luck at a time lapse, I think, here. We'll see how we go. Howdy.
Bye.
Well, that was lovely. We've seen the sunset and we're off back home. The safety of home. There's some undesirables up there a bit earlier. Now it's all good. But yep, we're gonna go home. Probably not gonna do anything else today. So if we don't see anything else, I will see you in the morning. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. If you like what you see here, please like, comment and subscribe for more from me at Dan Ventures Out.